9 miles from McCarthy, close to a mile from the nearest road. Mark Vail begins these cold winter days the same.
Oh, you guys. Good morning. Good morning.
Everything on Mark Vail's 10 acres he built himself. He's lived here for 20 years. With the fire started and the sun peeking over the Wrangell Mountains, Vail turns to his friends, his 5 dogs, and the pine grosbeaks waiting in the trees for their morning meal.
When it's really cold, I have about 35 of them. Oh, Dottie.
It's not long before they swoop in. The chickadees know Mark too, not at all shy about plucking a seed from the palm of his hand.
My neighbors were building a cabin one winter, and I saw one fly up in a tree, and I held my hand out, and the bird flew down to me, and they were both like, "Oh my God, how did you do that?" You know.
Then it's inside to grind his coffee. Mark came to Alaska as a cook with the Air Force. Then he worked in oil camps. He bought this property having never seen it, only knowing the area was wild. With a warm cup of coffee, he begins spinning wool and tells us his story.
At the time, it was remoteness, you know. There just weren't any people out here, and it was pretty wild. And there were, you know, I knew there was guaranteed fish in the river, so you could, you know, go to Chittenden and get fish, and so you could live a pretty simple lifestyle.
Mark makes tapestries and sells them in a Kennicot gift shop. For most of the winter, he doesn't see another soul.
But I know a lot of people who haven't been able to hang out here because they're social addicts. There's just not enough social activity to keep some people going.
It doesn't seem to bother Mark. The cabin is loaded with books. He tends to plants. He likes the idea of living within the nation's largest national park, Wrangell St. Elias. He appreciates nature in spite of the inherent risks.
I've never been bitten or clawed, but I've been very close. I've had bears charge up and stand as close as you are to me and go, it was like, no, you know, but I survived and went on. And yeah.
Mark is 49 years old, originally from Pennsylvania. He has no use for the city now. For a 7-year stretch, he never made it beyond Chittenden. It wasn't easy figuring out how to live off the land in this wild place. He's learned a lot.
It's like my life's pretty comfortable. I get to do whatever I want, and I'm not on a schedule except of my own choosing. And people come and see that, and they think, oh, this is so nice. Well, they don't realize that, you know, for 10 years I ate beans and, you know, rice and didn't have, you know, much of anything.
If you travel to McCarthy, chances are you won't run into Mark Vail.
We'll see you.
He lives remote even by McCarthy standards. But here's a hint. Follow the birds.